Yeah, you're not crazy. You're just stuck in champ. Which, if you look into the statistics, the studies correlate pretty well. If you're in this godforsaken rank, like me, you'll know that this rank, along with the game, has been on a downslope, absolutely black-trailed for the past 3 years, and it's never gotten better because ever since Season 11, I think, it's just they removed MMR. So Season 11, they removed 300 MMR because they were on some type of dope, I think. And then they're like, oh yeah, we're stupid, we're idiots, we're big dumbotrons. And then they were like, let's half it. I was like, okay, give us 150 MMR back. It's like, if you gave us the original amount of MMR, I would be a GC right now. Like, it's like freaking, it's the rank depression. It is like, you're not really where you're at, because go back to Season 10 and it's like, okay, yeah, I'm GC. Okay, GC in Season 10 is Champ 2 in Season 18. So you got rankflation going on in this game where nothing happens and you can't even do anything about it. Just your normal skill level is 2 times worse than it was 3 seasons ago. And no, it's not your fault for being hard stuck Champ 2 for 8 seasons. It's Rocket League's. I mean, partly yours, because obviously if you're not getting better in that time, then yeah, it's probably your fault. And I'm not saying that to be hypocritical, because, you know, I suck at this game. But at the same time, it's kind of like, just why would you even want to remove 150 MMR or 300 MMR from the rank pool? Because people said that, okay, yeah, too many people are getting Grand Champ. Can't have that. It's a high rank in the game. Too many people were not getting Grand Champ. I mean, absolutely. Like, when I was in GC, the people that I faced were GC. They had been GC seasons prior, and I could tell you the competition was nothing like you'd see in a Champ 3 Div 2 or even Div 3 game, because you started facing GCs around like that high Div 4 range, and it was nothing like that competition. And I was just like, so their excuse is that too many people were into this high rank, so because of the fact too many people had this high rank, they had to, slow the roll a little bit. And that's like, the government giving everybody $100 and saying, wait, hold up. There's too many $100 bills in the economy right now. We can't have this. It's like, you gave it to us. What do you mean there's too much? You did this on your own volition. And that's basically how the whole game is right now. Is like everything they did themselves, and now they're putting it on us for why their thing didn't work out. And then if you ask me, I would say, well, yeah, obviously that's hypocritical. I mean, obviously, but I mean, look at the marketing landscape for just about every game now. It's basically just a hypocrite cesspool of just absolute lying, and then saying it back and being like, oh, well, you have this, I have this, it's the same thing, but it's definitely better. Just all that type of stuff. And it's like, so I don't know if you guys have heard of this. Sorry to cut that off. Bullshots, I think is what it's called. So bullshots is something in the game that the developers take pictures in the engine, or they take pictures in the actual game. And these pictures themselves are extremely altered, like to the point where you can't even tell that it's the game or not. But hey, there's nothing wrong with it. Everybody does it. The only thing that would be wrong with it is if, Rocket League does this and then they go after another company for doing it. That would be the only thing that's hypocritical. And luckily, Rocket League doesn't do that type of thing because, they're not in very good touch with their audience. So, that dichotomy from what I said in my last video. But, you have to have a balance, like Thanos. You have to have that balance between real and fake. And obviously, just taking a screenshot inside the game probably isn't going to be the best thing at selling the game. So what they're going to do is they're going to, Photoshop in, say it's, an outside world game like Red Dead Redemption. They're going to Photoshop in just all kinds of different animals to make it look more assuming than it is, when in reality it's an old western cowboy game that has you go around and then you die of tuberculosis. So not really a whole lot, going on in the marketing side there, but it makes up for it with a good game. And I would sing the same song and dance about Rocket League if their marketing made up for a good game. Simply put, I love this game. This is the game that I would play 1,000 times over for the first time again, if I could. But you can't, obviously, but off track. But you can't ever have your marketing be so one-sided to the point where your audience is like background noise. I mean, you have everybody, Musty, Sandman, Sunless, they're all saying, pleading that you bring back certain features, because look, the community will always know more than its developers on what should make a game good, because they're the ones actually playing it, and they are the ones that are supposed to be giving feedback. That's the whole point of a community and developer relationship. The community is supposed to give the developers feedback on how to make their game better. The developer isn't supposed to be this hotshot, this head honcho that goes in there and said, oh yeah, I'm the best that's ever been. I can go in and make this AAA studio game in 3 hours and it'll be the best thing you ever played. I'll guarantee you that. No, that's not what they're supposed to do. What they're supposed to do is make a game, fish it out to their audience, say, what do you guys think of these features? What do you guys think of the game overall? Give me your thoughts and I'll proceed over them. The audience gives them their thoughts, says if it's good or bad, features that they like or don't like, and then the developers take that into consideration and says, okay, well, we did remove trading, but I could see a world where if I bring this back, it would benefit the audience. And in every single world, if you bring that back, it will benefit the audience. Things that the audience asks for 99.9% of the time will benefit the audience. There's been very few times where something they have asked for has genuinely hurt the player base of the game itself. And that's the whole point hitting Tabasco that they think is going to happen. They said, oh no, we can't take that 0.1% chance of gently taking our audience and just throwing them out. Because they know that their audience, they know that their audience is already on their last legs. So if they were to make this game even worse somehow by any stretch of imagination, they know that they would lose what little audience that they have. But in reality, we know that Rocket League is never going to be all ears to its community, and, there's billions upon trillions upon quadrillions of stars in our galaxy universe, and we know there is not one of those stars that has Rocket League ever apologizing for anything, or just being like, hey, we messed up here, we'll add this back, or hey, we accidentally did something, so this is our favor to pay y'all back. They're never going to do that. They're a multi-billion-dollar company that is run under Epic Games, so why would they? They have the money that they want. They don't care about anything else. All they want is more money, more games, less content, and less work. Those things all coincide. It's like arrogance and ignorance. They all coincide with each other because they're basically the same thing. So, with that rant done, I absolutely destroyed these two guys in this game, I just want to say. Wrecked them. They both forfeited against me. Hit that awesome flip reset towards the end of the game there. And, pretty awesome. But, yeah, I'll leave that there. And this is Vaautyrl, signing